You being in the music industry and as a female especially, it's very tough, right? It's male dominated, and we live in a society to begin with where females are below men, as far as the perception, people get treated. Now, I'm assuming that at some point you were asked to exchange certain favors, right? Like, I'll do this for you in exchange for something sexual or something like that. Can you speak to that?
Yeah, well, there was never any verbal communication like that. But when you show up to the studio and you're like, you didn't realize you were on a date, that's insinuating something. You know what I mean?
Wow.
And then at one point, the platinum selling producer who introduced me to Diddy raped me. I woke up and I went from being in a meeting with a bunch of music people at a restaurant to waking up in my apartment, choking on throw up and it looking like a murder scene in my room.
That's crazy. So, and I'm assuming you don't want to say the name of the person.
Nah, because I'm not a rape victim. I'm not a victim.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that everybody needs healing, that men need healing, and certain things happen. So in my heart of hearts, with that situation, even though of course I've truly healed from that. There are other things I haven't healed yet from, but from that, I have understanding for some weird reason. Because even when the Women's March happened, I was in New York. Friends were like, "Come out," and I was like, "I'm not going to no fucking Women's March. I'm not here to hang men." I'm like, the world needs healing. I
definitely respect that. What year did that happen?
That was 2015.
2015. And how long did it take for you to get over that?
Well, I would say I've really, really reconciled it probably within the past year.
Oh, okay. So good amount of time. And
yeah.
You don't remember anything about that night except for just waking up?
Waking up and just choking on vomit.
Did you ever test for, I don't know, any drugs or anything like that to see what you might have been slipped or what happened?
No, I didn't actually. I didn't even know I could do that. I didn't think about that.
Wow. And
I didn't think about that.
Did you have any conversations with him after the fact?
I did.
What was that like?
I told him that's not cool. You know what I mean? Whatever happened is not cool. And I think he did tell Diddy too. So Diddy knew.
That's crazy. So did he show any remorse or anything like that?
There was a point where I saw him at a party and he walked up to me sweating. And he said, "Are we good, Tina? We good?" And I said, "Yeah." I said, "Yeah, we good."
Would you say, or can you say that this is one of the producers that Diddy keeps around him for years?
No, not one of those. No.
Okay. So we're not talking one of the hitmen or anything like that.
No.
Gotcha. Okay. And what was your experiences like with Diddy?
Well, I only had phone conversation and text with him. So he was texting me every day for about 2 weeks when that thing happened. And the funny thing is, too, if we want to get into the spiritual side of it, I did have a dream, right after talking to him on the phone, that he came to me in the dream and he had sex with me. And that's a way, keep in mind, there's a lot more that happens in the spiritual than there is in the physical. And that's how they tap in and connect.
So what was he saying to you during those 2 weeks? Was he talking about the actual incident, or was it more just hey, I want to work with you?
Well, after that happened, we discussed it a little bit, and then we just kind of parted ways, But prior to that, it was about meeting me. It was about, getting music done. Because at the time, I was being taken all over the city, meeting all kinds of producers and people, and trying to tell them what my sound was too. They gave me some records with some major features on it. I'm like, yo, this is whack. I'm like, I had they gave me a track with a Wale feature, and I'm like, this is the worst Wale verse ever. You know what I mean? And I was like, no, they didn't understand what I wanted to do. But eventually my sound ended up coming out.